whoa, what is up, black people? Yes, what's up, everybody? Hope everything's amazing for you all, as always. I'm your host, the Honorable OCT OctaviusHaye, and this is the WACCast podcast. So without further ado, let's talk whack to 'em. Unfortunately, we have more family drama that's playing out in public that should be handled privately. So Boosie and his daughter have been going back and forth, sending shots at each other, dissing each other. Boosie even came out with a diss song where he talking about how ungrateful his daughter is for everything he's done for her. Your Boosie's side of the story is Boosie has been there for his daughter. He raised her for the first 3 years of his life. While the mom was in prison, he didn't even know the daughter was his initially. He ended up finding out and changing her name, first and last name, to something he wanted. And just Boosie said he's been there for his kids and provided for them and all that stuff. Famously, if you don't remember, this is the daughter that when Boosie got out of jail, she was a little kid talking about she told y'all N-words, this and that, and cursing on camera. And everybody was mad at the time about Boosie's daughter as a little kid like that cursing. Boosie came out and defended it and said, nah, she was just happy, yada, 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 making excuses for it. Now, one of the concerns people had at the time was you let your child act like that when they're that little, what's going to happen when they get older? And as we see now, Boosie's daughter is really wilding out. Now, I'm not here to dismiss any of the concerns that she had, because from Boosie's daughter's point of view, she's saying that Boosie really wasn't there for her as a father, and with anything he did do was just a stunt. I think one time she said he gave her some money and took it back, put it in the bank. Now, that sounds like a trust to me, but I don't know. But like I said, I'm not here to dismiss anything she says or her feelings or devalue it, but there's a way to handle it. And when you say things like, when the Boosie's daughter saying things like she wishes that he was back on death row and calls him a sperm donor and has her mother to the side of her off camera co-signing everything she's saying, it really shows what type of toxic environment she grew up around. And maybe Boosie should have checked those things earlier instead of now all of a sudden wanting to call her out as he's doing. Because Boosie isn't 100%, free of any blame in any of this. He also is feeding into this. Boosie's going ahead telling stories about his daughter being ran through in a bathroom, and telling stories about how his daughter had a 19-year-old with her when she was 14, and then the mama was allowing a 19-year-old to stay at their house. So Boosie is not 100%, free of blame from any of this. As far as he wants to expose his daughter now, and she's exposing him, and it's just all messy. For me though, it's hard for me to see a child act like that with their parent, man. Honestly, I still believe in corporal punishment, so she needs a good, a whooping as soon as possible, if you ask me. But then after she gets that beating, that whooping, that spanking, that that discipline, then y'all need to come together and heal. Maybe some counseling, therapy, something like that. This is not right. Like I said, I don't like how rough and aggressive she feels comfortable being, and I don't like how much her mother's co-signing it. So to me, whatever truth or lie goes on, or whatever truth or lie there is being told by Boosie and his daughter, or whatever, I do believe that the mom is toxic, just the way that she's allowing her daughter to handle the situation. I feel like a responsible parent would not allow their daughter to be on camera talking like that. Definitely wouldn't be on the camera or on live co-signing and giving some feedback of their own. Y'all sound like friends instead of mother and daughter. And again, the girl is only 16. She's still not even an adult. She's still a minor. So she's still under the care of her mother. And so for the mother to feel like this is the best way for her daughter to handle the situation kind of shows you the mother's mentality as well. Now, everybody know this kind of started when the daughter said Boosie, what she said, he wasn't ish, or he was a piece of ish or something like that. So Boosie repossessed the car from her that he gave her. That started a whole domino effect. And so now this is where they at. And again, unfortunately, people in this day and age feel like everybody should know their business. The whole world should know their business. The whole world should see what's going on. So we're being made aware of this. Hopefully they can come together, take this behind scenes. Boosie and his daughter can work out whatever issues they got, because family is everything. And even if y'all don't necessarily like each other, it should still be a respect where y'all can be cordial with each other. Now, Boosie said he took his daughter out of his will. I don't know how true that is, because we know Boosie be trolling. If he did, though, I gotta say, I don't blame him. From the way that she's talking to him, the disrespectful way she's talking, I don't blame Boosie. I probably would do the same thing. But you let me know. Am I tripping? Is somebody right? Is somebody wrong? Are they both wrong? Are they both right? Let me know what your opinion is. Brittany Renner has decided to crash out on an appearance on what's called the Danza Project podcast. I've never heard of them, but shout out to those brothers doing their thing. Brittany Renner was on there with Charleston White, of all people, and the conversation about her baby daddy, PJ Washington, came up in his big fat new contract, all that money he making. They asked how she felt about that. Now, Brittany Renner clearly had been drinking throwing a couple drinks back, because her response was, her JJ had been split, having that baby, and it was real love. She felt she wouldn't have went through that if she didn't love that man. She wanted the best for him, and people was laughing at her because she was saying this all like incoherently. Of course, she's drunk. So she went off talking about shut up when a real B is talking, and going off of people, throwing water bottles and acting a hot mess. It got even worse, because at one point they was talking about being wet is uncomfortable. So Brittany Renner opened up her water bottles, proceeded to soak the host and soak Charleston White up with the water. Then she went and started twerking on Charleston White, lifting her leg up. I mean, it was all bad, all bad. Now, Brittany Renner has been, for the past few years, attacked by people, and part of it is her own fault. Brittany Renner really did feed into this gold digger image, and I guess when it got too hot for her, she wanted to back out. But she had already put herself in that situation where everybody looked at Brittany Renner as a gold digger who preyed upon a young PJ Washington fresh out of college, while he was still in college, preyed upon him to get his monies, his millions. And now she just a left by herself baby mama whore, essentially is what's been put on her. She didn't do herself any favors by releasing her book talking about the men she has slept with. I believe she said she didn't name them, but even still, just knowing that you got a whole roster on your hands like that really does devalue you in the eyes of a lot of men, myself included. But hey, to each his own, right? So I think that really what she's going through is just really stressed. She's been the butt of jokes, she's been targeted, and it would break anybody down. And Brittany Renner is still a human being. Whatever you want to say about her, whether you agree with some of her philosophy or not, she's a human being. She's going through it. And at the end of the day, she said to herself, she just wants love. She just wants somebody to be with. I think what's really affecting her that she doesn't have that. And then you have all these people telling her that she'll probably never have that based off of her life choices. Maybe there is some regret. Maybe she is starting to feel that way as she gets older and seeing how she's being treated, and seeing that she's not really being taken serious by any guy that she really would want to have a relationship with. Maybe she is looking back at her past and be like, damn, maybe I should have acted differently with some stuff. Maybe she's regretting leaving PJ Washington because he was cheating. Maybe she was, and a lot of people telling her that that was crazy to leave a man who's paying for everything and providing a lifestyle for you because he cheated a couple times. Some people might look at that crazy. Some people might look at it like, bro, I'm not dealing with nobody that's cheating, and that's fair. But now these are the consequences. You're not guaranteed to get somebody else, and I think that's a problem a lot of times with young women. When they are really pretty and young and all the guys want to mess with them, they feel like it's going to be like that forever, or that they'll find a guy who wants something more meaningful with them other than sex. But right now, they're going to have fun and live their life and do whatever they want to do. And then later on, they'll get it because it's always going to be there. And then as they get older, they realize, oh, no, there's another crop of 20-something year olds that everybody wants to go and get attention from now. Like I said, this can all be weighing on Brittany. And I feel bad for her because it is becoming bullying. And like I said, regardless of what Brittany Renner thinks, it shouldn't upset you. It shouldn't upset your life to want to harass this poor woman, but a lot of people do. Now, that being said, though, her actions were totally unjustified, and I really don't care if she was drunk. I feel bad. Her drunkenness kind of showed like the sadness of the situation, but as an adult, you still shouldn't put yourself in a situation like that. You still shouldn't put yourself in a situation where you're too drunk to control your actions. You're acting a hot mess and fool. And look, I'm not here to pass too much judgment because I have been in that situation as well. And I was the first one to say that was wrong of me. I shouldn't have been like that. I shouldn't have been that intoxicated, that inebriated, that I couldn't control myself. I'm putting those same standards on Brittany, that you should not be that drunk, that you disrespect these people's environment and those hosts. I get it, she's a female, but when you allow women to act like that, that only enables that bad behavior. And so I would have nipped that in the bud right now. And I don't like Fresh and Fit, but I would have got super Fresh and Fit. Get the F out my studio. Somebody get her out of here. We're going to pick her up and drag her out like they did to Christian Rock on Adam 22 stuff on No Jumper. Pick her up and throw her out, her little drunk butt. Because I'm not dealing with none of that type of behavior from nobody. from nobody. I don't care who you are, man, woman, child. Get up out of here. And that's what they should have did. Hopefully Brittany Renner gets some help that she needs, whether that's counseling or whatever. And, I do hope she finds love. And if that means she got to settle down from where her goals is, please, hopefully she does that. But until then, get it together, because that little wild stuff you doing, it's not it, man. It's not going to help your case on finding that love that you say you want. But let me know what y'all think, man. Was Brittany Renner, y'all agree with me? Brittany Renner was out of control and we should leave her alone and let her get her stuff together, but also, tell her when she's wrong? Or do y'all think that, no, they was being rude to her, or they shouldn't have brought up PJ Washington and she was justified? What do y'all think? Just let me know. Keke Palmer and her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever you want to call him, Darius, we're out celebrating for Keke's birthday. She is a Virgo, and it's Virgo gang all day. I'm a part of the club, so you already know what that is. But yeah, they were out together. They were, I think, going live, just talking while they were at dinner. And I'm really happy that Keke Palmer did not succumb to peer pressure and allow the internet to control her relationship. When Darius came out and said and voiced his concern, I think he was tweeting or Xing, whatever you call it now, that he was upset that Keke Palmer had her butt cheeks out at the concert, and essentially he was also upset how groupie she was acting over Usher. She was exhibiting a lot of groupie behavior at Usher, which I'm sure also upset him. And of course, the internet trolls, demons, whatever, came out the woodwork to go off on him and tell him to shut up, he's a stay-at-home dad, and pretty much begging Keke Palmer to leave her man and her baby's father and break her family up because the guy didn't like that she had her butt cheeks out. That's just the society we living in these days, but that's what it was. So fortunately, they did not do that, because all that yapping and talking from these people online, they're not going to be there to warm your bed at night. They're not going to be the significant other you need when you are in the real world. So you shouldn't allow them to have so much power over your relationship. Luckily, they didn't. And whatever Keke and Darius are going to be, whether they work or not, is going to be on their terms, which I super duper respect. And if they don't work out, then at least hopefully they won't be under bad blood from so much of this crazy drama going on. Now, I still don't agree with Keke doing the Usher music video, but what's done is done. If they're good, then I'm good. I was never mad at Keke. I was also always more so mad at Darius, because I tell people all the time, know who it is that you're picking, and know who that person's personality, what they believe in, what they stand for, and if it meshes with you, or if there will be conflict. And if you think that there'll be a lot of conflict and that you would have to essentially try to change that person, it's better to just go find somebody who more aligns with you and what you want. And so I wasn't too mad at Darius. I wasn't too mad at Keke, because we all know how Keke is. She's annoying, loud, and loves the spotlight attention, and is a hog for that stuff, So I knew that's how she would be. I would never date somebody like Keke Palmer, because off the rip, I would know she would get on my nerves and do some stuff I wouldn't like. But yeah, just like I said, not too much on this topic. It's just nice that they're allowing themselves to decide the relationship, and not succumbing to the popular thing of the day. The woman in a relationship that's free to act single, and if you're not with that, then bye, I'm gonna just go give me another one. They're being realistic and adult about the situation. Now, hopefully, more of the shade room women can be as well. But let me know what you think. You think that Keke Palmer made a mistake by still fooling with this dude, or you think I'm in the right and she shouldn't let internet people break him up, and that if they don't work out, it's gonna be on their own terms, not on what other people think. So that's the show for this week. Thank you all so much for tuning in and getting this whack wisdom. And I hope that you tune in next week to get a little bit more from me. As always, if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you listen to this on YouTube. And if you are listening to this in podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, please make sure to like, follow, leave a review, whatever it is that you can do on that to help help us on those platforms. Would be greatly appreciated. That being said, this is the WACCast podcast, and I am whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.